Alright, what's up everybody? It's me. I'm back again with another video, and yeah, I'm a little geek right now, but yeah, I just want to first off, I want to say thanks for all the support I've been getting on the recent videos. My channel's grown a little bit, and that's pretty cool. I'm pretty hyped up when I see this shit. But, let's get straight into the video. So I'm gonna try to remember this story the best I can because I was doing a lot of Zans like around this time, so my memory about this is kind of fucked up. So yeah. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I left off about right when I got into JoJo's sister's car. So I say bye to him and I get in her car. And the first thing her and I guess like her boyfriend or her friend, they hand me a like a jar of like lemon juice, like a whole bottle of it, and they hand me like a ton of black pepper, like a little container of ground black pepper. And they were saying to like put it on my tongue and then to drink lemon juice. And she was like, "Oh, what all did I take?" And I told her, I was like, I took hydros, and I was still kind of high from them, but I was calming down a little bit, and I was sobering up. And so as I'm like putting the lemon juice in my mouth, and I'm like swishing it around, and then I put black pepper in there, and I put it on my tongue after I swallow. She was asking me, she's like, "Do you have anything?" And I was like, "Nah, I threw everything like somewhere else." And she goes, "Oh, okay." But I told her, I was like, "I do have a cart in my nick." And she's like, "Okay, hand me the cart." And they put the cart like in their car somewhere. Like they didn't tell me where, and it was like locked. So like if we got searched, like the police couldn't ask for it. So yeah, she let me keep my nick because she said I probably wouldn't get in trouble for it. And we were about to pull off, and she was like, "Okay, are you actually gonna drink the lemon juice?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then she looked up how long it takes for you to come down off like a cart and then hydros. And I told her I smacked the cart like 30, 40 minutes ago. So she was like, "Okay, you should be fine." And she was like, "Okay, so we're gonna leave now." And she asked me if I'd eaten anything, which I hadn't. So she deadass took me to Chick-fil-A, and we got like a ton of food. And she was like, "Yeah, you gotta eat." And she was like, I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." I offered to pay for it, and she was like, "No, you don't have to." And that was pretty nice because like I was like starving and I was fucking like kind of hungry. And yeah, anyway, so she was being pretty nice to me. She was chill, like her boyfriend was chill. I was talking to him, like we liked some of the same kind of stuff. And yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. So yeah, we're driving, and she's trying to like get in touch with like the police and like the like 911 center, but she can't. So she's like, "Okay, we're gonna go to this pool like by this neighborhood that I used to live in." And I was like, "Okay, it's right next to my house," because I used to live near where they lived, or well, I still live here. I'm actually dead ass in my room near where they live now. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, we drive to like that place, but it takes a while. So we're listening to music on the drive, and we do like this big loop around. And we finally get like on the road to go back, and I was like, I don't want to see any police cars or anything. If I do, I'm gonna hop out and like go somewhere else. And she's like, "You can't do that." And I was like, "Okay." But we drive by. I don't see any police cars, and I don't even think my parents were home. Like my dad was out of town still, and like well he was coming back that day, but he hadn't made it back yet. And my mom, she was fucking like she went out to go eat like fucking dinner with my little brother, like, and they just acted like that shit never happened. I could have pulled into my driveway and then like went home and went back inside, and everything would have been fine because like they hadn't called the police yet. Like the police didn't know my mom wasn't even home, so I could have just went back there and everything would have been fine. And I could have hid everything, and I could have probably discovered where she put my stuff, and I could have got it back, and then everything would have been fine, and this whole thing wouldn't have happened. But yeah, anyway, you'll see how it turns out because there's probably going to be a part 3 because this is probably going to get long itself. But yeah, so we drive by, and I'm like, okay, I guess we're in the clear. And we drive all the way to the neighborhood. We drive past my house, and we're just driving around the neighborhood. And she's like, "Okay, I got to find where the pool is because I kind of forgot." And so yeah, we were driving around for a little bit, and she finally found where the pool was. And me and her boyfriend got out, and she was like gonna stay on the phone, and I was hitting my nick, and we were just talking, and we were walking around. And at this point, I had drinking all the lemon juice before we had even reached like the pool, and I had eaten a ton of black pepper and put it on my tongue. And I was like I was pretty much like feeling sober, even though I probably wasn't. I was definitely more sober like in my head than I was like physically. So yeah, anyway, we were just walking around the pool, and we were like outside, and we were just I don't know. I think we walked like a pretty good distance, and the police still hadn't like come to us. And I guess like I don't know, probably 30, 45 minutes had passed, and like she finally got on the phone to them, and they said like the person they were gonna send was busy, so they sent some other guy, and he went and talked to my mom first. And I'm not gonna get into it because like it's a bunch of personal details, like only like certain people know. And like if you do want to know, like I probably will tell you, but I can't say like at this point because I still haven't gone to court for this. But I can, and I will like tell people who want to know, and I probably might make a update video in the future. But yeah, anyway, so they talked to my mom first, and they were like, "Yeah, you gotta come home like right now. Like you're gonna be in trouble if you don't come home." And I was like, "What the fuck, dude? This just completely turned out to be like the wrong way." And I was hitting my Nick, and we were walking around. And we were like, okay, damn. So I was like, okay, we're gonna be there in like 30 minutes. And I was like, okay, I want 30 minutes of freedom. And I was like, low key, I kind of just want to run. And she was like, no, don't do that. That's actually fucking stupid. So we were like, okay, well, whatever. So finally, we get back in the car, and I was like, can I please just hit my cart one more time? And she's like, no. And I was like, damn. And he's like, I know how you feel. And I said thank you, and I was ripping my neck a little bit, and we were just driving back, and I was like kind of fucking sad. And so we finally like get to my driveway, and it wasn't a very short drive. I mean, deadass, this is fucking like walking distance from my house. And so we started driving down the driveway, and we were driving really, really slow. And my neighbor, she was coming down the driveway, and we passed her, and she like fucking made huge eyes at us, because I guess she saw the police car. And she was like making fucking big eyes at me, like, whoa, you're in trouble. I was like, oh, what the fuck, dude? And I was like, damn. And so I knew as soon as we turned the corner, there were going to be police cars there. And yeah, sure enough, some motherfucker from the sheriff's office was there. And he was actually like a complete asshole. Like, to be honest, like, he didn't play ball with me first, so I kind of just like threw everything out the window, didn't play ball with him. Like, you know, I was kind of a dick to him, to be honest. But yeah, anyway, he's like, yeah, we pull up, and I leave my Nick and my cart in her car, and I grab everything else of mine. And I'm sober at this point too. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be sober for a while, aren't I? And I was just thinking to myself, well, damn, this shit's about to be fucked. And so I get out the car, and I said bye to her, and the police officer tells me to go stand somewhere like by my house. And my mom, like, she like goes around the corner so she does not just like see me or whatever. And like the cop goes and talks to them and like tells them a bunch of shit, and like kind of, I guess he lied to them about some shit. And they drive off, and they like said they were sorry, and like they waved to me. And I was like, damn, I really am on my own now. I did not mean for that to sound so depressing. I just listened to that like in the playback, and yeah, I did not mean for that to sound so depressing. But anyway, so yeah, I get out, and they drive away, and the cop like goes and sits in his car for a second. He's filling some shit out, and he gets out and he starts talking to me. He's like, he's asking me some questions. He's asking me like why I did all this shit, asking me like why my mom found Xanax in my room. So I guess my mom fucking told the police officer everything, like shit that's not even fucking relevant to this. And she was like, yeah, I found Xanax in his room, and he's fucking drug addict and all this other shit, which I'm not. Like, I really am not a drug addict. But anyway, yeah, that, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so the cop talks to me, and then he's like, go sit over there. And I was like, where? And he's like, on the steps. I was like, which one? And because there's like, we have 3 steps. And he's like, oh. And he like gets all pissed off. And I was like, I don't know. I'm a very specific person. And he goes, okay. And I just go sit in there, and actually, I didn't even like fucking like listen to him. I just fucking went inside and grabbed like a cup of like water, and I was like petting my dog and shit. And then I went and like sat on the fucking top step, and he started like getting a fucking attitude towards me, and he called me over, and he was talking to me, and he was talking to my mom, and he was like, "Yeah, you're gonna get charged for this. You're not gonna let this shit go." And I was like, "Okay, whatever." And I said some other shit to him. I don't even really remember. I did Xanax like fucking. Like, not too long after this shit, because, like, I still had, like, 1 or 2, and that completely, like, made me forget, like, a ton of shit about this, like, fucking event. But, anyway, so we start talking to him, and he's telling me, like, I'm probably gonna, like, get a letter in the mail, like, within the next 2-3 weeks, and, like, about, like, when I have to fucking go to court for this shit, and I'm gonna be charged with, like, an unruly juvenile charge, because I ran away, and they found fucking, like, my mom found shit in my room. And so, yeah, I guess I'm going to get charged for that. But it's been fucking 2 months, and they haven't sent my letter. And I went to the beach, like, deadass a week after this shit. Like, literally, like, the week after, I went to the fucking beach. Like, with my family, because it was, like, a fucking trip. And it wasn't even that bad. It was actually kind of, like, a fun moment. But I was sober for all of it, and that kind of sucked ass. But back to the story. So, yeah, the cop finishes filling out the papers, and he's telling me, like, I'm about to get this letter in the mail. And I was like, well, I'll probably go to the beach soon, so we might be out of town when it comes. And he's like, well, you got a month anyway to answer it and, like, say you're going to come and everything and get everything figured out. So I was like, okay, whatever. And so I never got this letter, so still don't know what's going on with that. I hope they just forgot and they didn't actually, like, send that shit to me, because that'd be pretty nice. Anyway, so, yeah. I mean, that's about it for this story as far as this part of the story goes. There's going to be a part 3 next week. But, yeah, I had to go to the fucking hospital. Like, he, like, recommended me, like, that I have to go to the hospital because, like, my mom said some, like, shit to him. Which that's not even fucking, like, the shit she said to him is not even true. She just fucking deadass lied to him and said I was, like, fucked up in the head or some shit. I don't even know. I don't really know what she said. Like, the police officer just told me, he's like, yeah, you're going to have to get in the car and go to fucking Northside Hospital. And I was like, for what, dude? And he's like, cause like he didn't really like give me a definitive answer. He's like, I'm gonna fucking take you there, or your mom's gonna fucking drive you. You fucking pick one. You can sit in the back of my cruiser with cuffs on. And I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, what'd you just say? And I said, what the fuck? And he goes, okay. He's like, you wanna come with me? I was like, nah, I think I'll sit in her car. And he's like, all right, I'll follow you guys there. And we just fucking that's where I'm gonna leave off for this part. So anyway, I'll probably see you guys next week. Thanks for the growth of my channel. I really am liking like the runaway videos because they were pretty recent, and these like are a pivotal like fucking turning point in my life, and they actually like were fucking like events that happened like not too long ago, but it's definitely like a big impact on like who I am today because like this shit happened. But yeah, anyway, not to get metaphorical or fucking philosophical. Anyway, yeah, thanks for all the recent support, and I'll see you guys in the next week's video, and yeah, peace.